Well, hi there. Welcome to another episode of Sorry, It's Discontinued. I'm Hilary, and I am so glad you're here with me. Okay, so lately I have been talking to a lot of my friends, coworkers, close friends about what every retail associate dreads and completely understands the retail schedule, the dreaded retail schedule. You know the one. The schedule that has you checking your phone. Did it come out yet? Did they approve my vacation? My opening next Thursday. I have my appointment. I have to go to the doctor. My tooth hurts. I need to get to the dentist. Am I closing on Friday? Am I working on my day off because of inventory? Now, if you've never worked retail, this might sound a little dramatic. I know. But if you've spent any time on a sales floor, you know what I am talking about. Because in retail, your schedule, it's not your schedule. It's really just a suggestion. Yeah, it's your schedule, but it's really our schedule. Something that can change at any minute. Retail is a business. I get it. Stores need coverage. Goals need to be met. But what would happen if companies gave associates a little more control over their own time? Would morale improve? Would people be less likely to leave? And would retail actually be stronger because of it? Welcome to another episode where I bring up retail realities, highlight the retail community, and everything in between. Today, I want to talk about the frustrating, the downright exhausting reality of the retail schedule. So grab your coffee, hit follow, have a seat, and let's get into it. Sorry. It's discontinued. The retail schedule has always been a huge thorn in my side. Truthfully, I have worked for different stores and companies. I have found no one place has really figured it out how to handle the schedule, how to create a more cohesive schedule request environment. Right now across retail, we all know there is an extreme amount of burnout. And the scheduling systems are one of the biggest reasons why. First off, of course, you have no control. At least it feels like that. Humans, we like predictability. At least most of us do. And most people who work a 9 to 5, they can tell you what time they're going to be at work next Tuesday, when they're going to be home for dinner, when they can schedule appointments, which I know it's harder because they're working Monday through Friday. But retail associates, we can't. We often have to wait. Did the schedule come out? How many times have you wondered about your schedule like a week before your schedule is supposed to start for the next month? I have a friend whose manager works the schedule around her life and then tends to mess with the team's schedule or update it without the team's knowledge. Now, I know in some stores, like small boutiques where there's only maybe 3 or 4 people, the schedule can be a bit of a challenge. You are absolutely relying on each other for coverage. But when your schedule is being messed with in the last minute and not posted, like a week or even a few days before your shift is going to start for the next month, that is extremely stressful. It's so stressful for my friend and absolutely fucking annoying. So unprofessional and really kind of cruel and unkind when it comes to your schedule. Shifts can change. Your days off can move. Your hours can fluctuate. And that constant uncertainty creates stress. How can you look ahead for your own life and try to attempt a work-life balance that way? People in retail, they still deserve a work-life balance. Another extremely challenging part of the schedule, one of the most frustrating parts, it's feeling like your personal life requires permission. You want to attend a wedding, take a vacation, go to your child's school event, see a concert, have surgery. You often have to submit requests and, of course, await approval, negotiate coverage, and hope no one else has asked first. Of course, over time, we begin feeling like our life exists around work, but really, work is supposed to exist around our life. Our life should be priority. Many of us in retail, we are often manipulated by stores and managers and companies taking advantage of our personal time. The always available culture that retail associates deal with. We are often asked to stay late, come in early, cover shifts, answer texts and calls and emails on our day off, think about goals or work to achieve our goals on our days off, or even on our vacations. I have texted and called customers trying to achieve my sales goal on my time off, instead thinking, which now I'm more aware of. And I think as I've gotten older, I feel that I can really advocate for myself. But I didn't think I deserved to not work on those days off. Because if I didn't keep working, I won't look committed. I wouldn't look like I appreciate my job or my brand or respect my manager. Or maybe I even had to negotiate my vacation by saying, I'll hit my goal. I made a promise. And when I make a promise, I try to honor that. How annoying. Even when nobody explicitly says it, associates often feel that saying no may make them look less committed. That pressure, it creates emotional and mental exhaustion. I'm already tired talking about it. Schedules. Ooh. Another huge and often big regret for us in the retail community, all of us retail associates, we have missed so many big life events. We miss a lot. We miss, of course, weekends and birthday parties and the barbecue. Where's Hilary? Oh, she had to work. Yeah, per usual, right? Holiday get-togethers, dinners, events that my kids were having at school. After years of hearing, sorry, I have to work. I'm not going to be able to make it. Sorry, babe, can you go? People can start feeling disconnected. They feel disconnected from friends and family who work more traditional schedules. And these people in your life who you love and care about, sometimes they don't understand the pressure of saying no. At times, it's easier to say no to your family and friends than it is to say no to your manager or your store or your brand or even your customer. There have been so many things that I have missed because I could not say no. I couldn't say no to my brand or my store or my manager, and I missed some very important things that I won't ever get back. Time with my mom. I had so many times that I could have fought back, but I didn't because I was afraid, and deciding that now, no matter what, I would get time off, even if I had to go to the doctor and be sick and get that doctor's note, because I knew that if I didn't, I would regret it for the rest of my life. It sounds so dramatic. It really does. But sometimes fighting for your personal time in retail, it is dramatic. And it should be. You deserve it. Now, who here in retail has experienced the schedule Tetris, the schedule puzzle, When we have to become experts at manipulating our schedules to create a few consecutive days off. I know we have all done it. And the problem is that often means we are working 7 days straight, 8 days straight, 9 days straight, just to take a vacation. And our body can only do that for so long before we get tired. Exhaustion sets in. And who here has gotten sick before or after your vacation because you worked yourself to death? I mean, and then you add in the fact that you're standing and all of those consecutive working days, the emotional toll it takes because you had to hit that event before your vacation. In retail work, it can be mentally exhausting, emotionally exhausting, and physically exhausting because of the standing all day. Yes, standing is better than sitting all day, but smiling all day and being on, like, yes, I'm so glad. Welcome to the counter. And I can't wait to show you everything and spend 2 hours looking for a red lipstick. Woo! Solving problems all day and handling difficult customers and trying to hit goals. I think managers can sometimes have it worse than anyone. Honestly, because I know we give them so much shit. Being a manager is not easy, but they are in charge of scheduling their team and dealing with schedules. They have no control over their own schedule. Corporate takes away their autonomy too. And how do you say no when you're a manager? It looks like you don't appreciate your job either. Maybe this isn't the right fit for you. Maybe you need to go somewhere else. Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted to spend time with your family? I know it's your anniversary, but sorry. Now, how do you negotiate your personal time when you feel that you're replaceable? I mean, for managers, that has to be a huge question in the back of their mind, especially if you've been with the company for a really long time and retail is just so up and down right now. Some stores you don't even know if they're going to be around. It's so complex, especially when you really care and you really need your job. You love the store you're at. It's a job you actually might like. But many associates feel like if I need something, it is a problem. But if the store needs something, I have to make sure I make it happen. And over time, what happens? Resentment. Looking at the mental exhaustion when you are actually off, but you don't get to reset. Because most associates, we don't feel refreshed after a day off because a day off, it's not a day off. Of course, you have so much to do. You have to do laundry and errands and grocery shopping. And over time, this cycle kicks your butt. And the schedule repeats and repeats and repeats. It just keeps going until you have to really schedule an actual day off. I'm a huge advocate for making appointments with yourself, to skipping the laundry, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, and just go have fun. It is so important. Go have some fun. Schedule that next day off as an actual day off, y'all. Personally, I believe associates having ownership over their own time, their own life, would benefit these companies. Most retail associates can handle hard work. We can handle difficult customers. We can handle sales goals. We can handle standing for hours. But what wears us down is feeling like we have no control over our own lives. Exhaustion won't turn into burnout or resentment if we have time to reset. We all need it. Because we all know resentment eventually turns into people leaving the job. Fun fact, studies have shown that businesses often see lower turnover, better employee engagement, people really enjoying their job, improved customer service, and fewer call-outs or tardies, and even stronger sales performance when employees feel supported. Companies spend millions trying to improve the customer experience, but one of the biggest influences on customer experience, it's literally the associate standing in front of that customer. Not so fun fact, replacing a retail employee costs thousands of dollars. It can really impact the business once you factor in recruiting and hiring, training, and lost productivity. But if you kept these associates and you supported them, it is often cheaper than replacing them. And the truth is, one of the biggest drivers of employee satisfaction, it's not just pay. It's feeling respected and trusted and feeling like your life matters outside of work. So what could companies do differently? What if schedules were absolutely mandatorily posted in advance? People knew ahead of time what their life could look like. Maybe associates could have one guaranteed day off each week if they wanted it. And maybe more stores could allow shift swapping and self-scheduling. Maybe approved time off could actually mean approved time off. Things won't change, set in stone. None of these ideas are revolutionary. And I know that some stores or companies, they are doing these things, but really putting the associate schedule up front and making it a priority instead of at the bottom of the list. These are just ways of acknowledging that retail associates, we are humans. We are human beings first, and being in sales and asking for predictability is not a big ask. Just having some control over our schedules so that way we can take time to experience our life outside of work. And if companies found ways to support that, I believe they'd build something even more valuable than just hitting those goals. They would build loyalty. And of course, loyalty that equals more money for everybody. Yeah, don't you know? Thank you so much for listening today. I appreciate you so much. What are you going to do for yourself today? How are you going to love on yourself? Smell a flower, listen to your favorite song, maybe dance. Oh, you got to go dance to Madonna's new album. It is so good. It is so fun. Now, I am highlighting a discontinued product at the end of each episode because I know, sorry, it's discontinued, but I talk about retail, but I am doing it now. And today I am highlighting my Brighten Up Luminous Powder by Jaclyn Hill that I love, but I'm almost out of it. I bought it at the Morphe store that was at the Houston Galleria before they closed a few years ago. I am still looking for a replacement. But I think Hourglass that I played with, their ambient lighting powder or the Saie Air Set, their like radiant loose powder. I don't know if I'm saying it, Saie. I have their highlighter and primer, but they have a loose powder that is really beautiful. You can find them both at Sephora, but they would work great, I think, because they're both glowy. Anyway, we shall see. I have the Jaclyn on today. I really like it. It's so pretty. But that's it for today. Don't forget to shop in your local stores, support your local sales associates, and smile, whether you are behind the counter or in front of it. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Sorry, It's Discontinued, the podcast that brings you the reality of retail and the people, brands, stores, and products we all love. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit follow, leave a review, or share it with a fellow retail warrior. You can always connect with me or support the show at sorryitsdiscontinued.com or buymeacoffee.com/sorrypodcast. Now, this podcast is independently produced and not sponsored by any brand, company, or organization. All views, opinions, and personal stories shared are their own and do not represent any retailer or brand mentioned. Brand names, product references, and service mentions are included for storytelling and commentary purposes only. But I thank you so much for sitting with me today. And remember, continue to shop in store, support your local stores and your local sales associates. You can even call them and order. It's amazing. And every visit helps keep these stores open so we can all continue enjoying real in-person retail therapy. And I'll see you next time. I appreciate you so much. Bye. Sorry. It's discontinued.